Chris Feedwork, Cleveland.com. Hey, Darius.
Uh,
Karis was talking about struggling to find a rhythm early, and JB was talking about that as well offensively. Like, what was it about tonight that made it difficult to find a rhythm early?
The switching. I think the switching really got to us. We was kind of stagnant when, like, we thought we had our matchup, so we were trying to go one-on-one a lot. We got to play more touch action so we get more moving, more body moving. Get some easy ones, get some easy layups, and then there's when everybody just starts shrinking to their man, and everything else opens up for everybody else. But I think the switching really got to us for sure.
A lot of teams in the NBA are probably going to switch against you. I mean, they switch a lot regardless. So what's the balance in knowing you have really good one-on-one players like yourself, like Donovan, like Karis, and also staying within the offense?
I mean, we just have to go and, like, transition when we get stops. And then just not try to force a lot. Like you said, we got, like, a lot of one-on-one players that want to just take their man off the bounce, but I mean, we have a lot of other people that can help us as well. So when they do help, we got to make the extra pass for open shots. And like I said, we just got to keep ourselves moving. I mean, the ball can move. We started to get stagnant a lot, especially in the first quarter. That's when they just really took off on us. So just moving the ball, moving your body, just get some motion. When you move the ball and they're switching, I mean, it's really hard to guard. So, I mean, I think that's one thing that we're going to look over and just try to put in.
Thank you.
Marlon Reinauer, Akron Beacon Journal. Just when you see Karis Garland, James Harden, what impresses you about how he's taken on this defensive challenge?
I mean, we all like it. It's a challenge. I mean, that's a former MVP right there. So, I mean, everybody knows what he's going to do. Everybody knows his tendencies. So, it's still pretty difficult to do that. So, just to see Vert out there switching, Donovan, ice on him sometimes. I mean, we all have to – they're all great one-on-one defenders, even though that they don't get a lot of pub for it, a lot of attention for it. But they're really good defenders, and we still have to help our teammates as well, too. So just not like a lot of easy layups, a lot of straight line drives. We did overhelp a lot today, so it's something that we got to watch in film just to keep our man in front and not overhelp on corner threes. But, I mean, I think after the first quarter, I think we turned up a lot defensively, so I'm pretty happy about that. We just got to put it all together for 48.
And have you been impressed, though, with Karis? You know, he changed his diet, he's done all this, you know, just everything he's done since last season. What, like I said, what does that say about him?
I mean, he's a competitor. He wants to win. He knows all the setbacks that he had in the past couple of years before, and he knows that he can really help us. So, I mean, we all have one goal. He wants to reach that goal. So, I mean, this was like his first full summer that he can have just to work out and just be himself. So, I mean, he put a lot into his body, and, like, you could tell. Like, me and Vert was just lifting after the game. Like, he's a worker. That's what I love about him. He's a winner. He's going to compete, and he's going to do anything just to do that.
Kelsey Roos, The Athletic. Darius, JB was saying that how important it was for you guys to see the level of physicality early on and the way that you guys worked through that. So how do you do so, like, in game as it's happening, just working through those struggles, seeing how they were switching and everything, and being able to overcome that, I guess?
Just try to make an adjustment quicker than we did tonight. But, yeah, I mean, they were super physical. They was denying us the ball from 94 feet. I mean, like I said, the switching really killed us a lot, I believe. But just playing through the physicality, I mean, it was tough out there, to be honest with you, especially for, like, the second preseason game. But, I mean, we just got to look back at the film, see what we did wrong, and just get past it. I mean, we're going to see him again for a couple more times, so we know what to do.
And then what have you seen from Jarrett just through these first two preseason games, the way that he's just dominated the paint like he did last year?
Yeah, he's found his role for sure. I mean, he's just fitting in perfectly with us, to be honest with you. He really just led us tonight, I believe. I mean, he set the tone from us from tip-off. He was battling. He was getting beat up down there, but he was just taking it. He was going through the contact, going to the line. He's making mid-range jumpers. So, I mean, Jay had it going. So, I love that aggressiveness from him.
Danny.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. Darius, how have you and Donovan evolved together as a duo from day one of training camp through now the second preseason game?
Just knowing what he likes, trying to figure out where he wants the ball, where he gets his shots from. I mean, I've been watching a lot of film from him when he was back in Utah, and then just a lot of practice film from training camp just to see, like, really what he wants. Hopefully I could just deliver him the ball whenever he wants. And, I mean, he's a great scorer, so he can get a lot of buckets by himself, but I want to create some open looks for him just to get easy buckets. But, I mean, it's evolving great. I mean, we're starting to gel a little bit. I know one thing for both of us, we got cut down on turnovers. And then guard on the other side of the ball as well. So we both are talking to each other about that. We both are holding each other accountable for it. So, I mean, he's a competitor. I'm a competitor. We want to win. That's what we're going to try to do.
In your experience, how long does that process typically take?
To be honest with you, I never had a dynamic threat like that for real, like just a go get a bucket type. So I can't tell you. I mean, it took me and Vert a couple games, like actual real live games. So, I mean, hopefully a couple games. Hopefully this Atlanta and Orlando next games, we can just start getting a good feel for each other and just go from there.
And then it was a shorter rotation tonight, at least while the starters were playing. I think only 7 of you played more than 5 minutes in the first 3 quarters. JB mentioned that was kind of a conditioning test of sorts for you guys. How do you think you held up?
For 31 minutes like that, they're pretty good. I'm not tired. My legs feel good. Yeah, I feel good. Good conditioning. Beep test really helped out a lot, so shout out to JB and D-Mill about that. But, yeah, I feel fine. I feel good. I'm ready for game. I'm ready for some actual games. I know that for sure.
Brendan Gulick, Sports Illustrated Media Group. We just talked with Karis about the challenge of the longer layoff from game 1 to game 2 in the preseason, and he referenced the fact you guys are going to have that again when you go from the final preseason game on Friday to Wednesday. How did you handle the last few days individually, and will you do anything different when you have that longer layoff coming up?
This little break, I was really resting a lot. Training camp was a good training camp. We got after it a lot. So, yeah, this probably like the last weekend we actually have off, and just to I was with my family a lot, watch some postseason baseball games. So, I mean, that's the last time we can actually do that before the season gets started. So I was relaxing, but I know going to the first actual game, I'm gonna be in the gym. It's go time from there, so I'm locked in.
Ask Coach too about turnovers and how many of them you're willing to stomach on a nightly basis. He talked more about the quality of turnovers than the quantity. The times that you turned the ball over tonight, were there any that you felt like, hey, that's okay, I made an aggressive mistake there and I can live with that?
Yeah, it was a couple, but I had a couple that was unforced and some that I really hate to do. So I'm just going to try to clean that up, watch the film, and see where I could have hit somebody up early or just make a better decision with the ball in my hands. But turnovers comes with the game. I talked to my big brother Ricky, and he just told me it comes with it. So, I mean, that's my fault. I take it, but just got to have that next play mentality.
Yeah.
Darius, Evan Demerol, at a bulletin. Defense obviously leads to offense, and you guys are a defensive first team. And JD said there's some good and bad. You took a bit of a punch to start the game tonight. Do you see as just one of the leaders your guys' defense translating to offense after just a little bit of a messy first quarter?
Yeah. I mean, after the first, I think that we got a lot of stops and got on transition, got some easy buckets. But like you said, the first punch in the first quarter really killed us. So we couldn't bounce back. I think we got it to single digits a couple times, but we just couldn't get over that hump. And I mean, that's what comes with it. The first quarter really kills us.
And with a guy like Karis, who is really comfortable with having the ball in his hands more, but he's playing with you and Donovan in the starting lineup, what have you noticed from him just kind of playing off the ball next to you guys through 2 games of action in camp as well?
He's just trying to figure it out. Like you say, he's usually just having the ball in his hands. So I mean, we try to get him involved a lot more without the ball, so he just get into that scoring position, just go do what he does. So, yeah, he's trying to learn to play without the ball a lot more, come off a lot of down screens, and then making the right decision off of it. I mean, he's just so much of a scoring threat that people just usually just overhelp. So he had a lob with Jay or Evan, kick out to K-Love. So just trying to figure that out right now. And, I mean, I think he's doing a pretty good job at it so far.
Did you get any good Cleveland restaurant recommendations?
Yeah, for people that was like on me about that, I was just asking. I know I've been for 4 years. I was just asking for some new recommendations. But, yeah, I got some good spots. I heard the barbecue spot is really good. I'm going to try that soon. But, I mean, I have a chef at home. I was just asking for a friend. Like, the people were on me really about that. So, yeah, I got some good ones, though.
There you go.
All the wrap that for us.
Any message for the Guardians tomorrow?
Go get it. Come on now. Hey, we good. We good. The Guardians got it. We're always rooting for them. We're going to be watching for sure. So, let's go get a dub.
How crazy was that 15-inning thing?
I was there for a long time. I know that for sure. I was there for a long time, and I'm glad we got the dub.